Question 11. What does the term footprinting mean in ethical hacking? A. Collecting information about a target system. B. Removing system logs. C. Encrypting sensitive data. D. Deploying malware. Correct answer A. Collecting information about a target system. In ethical hacking, footprinting refers to the process of gathering data about a target system, network, or organization. It is the initial phase of hacking or penetration testing, enabling security experts to analyze the target's infrastructure, security defenses, and potential weaknesses. Question 12. Which tool is frequently used for network scanning in ethical hacking? A. Photoshop. B. Nmap. C. Word. D. Excel. Correct answer B. Nmap. Nmap, Network Mapper, is a popular open-source tool used for network scanning and security assessments in ethical hacking. It aids in detecting active hosts, open ports, running services, and potential vulnerabilities within a network. Question 13. In network security testing, what is the main purpose of performing a ping sweep? A. Filter out unauthorized access points. B. Overload the network with excessive traffic. C. Measure the round-trip time for packet delivery to each host. D. Identify all active hosts on a network by sending ICMP echo requests. Correct answer D. Identify all active hosts on a network by sending ICMP echo requests. A ping sweep involves sending ICMP echo requests, pings, to multiple hosts on a network to identify which ones are active. This technique helps network security professionals map the network and determine which devices are reachable, providing a foundation for deeper network scanning and vulnerability assessment. Question 14. What type of information can an ethical hacker retrieve by exploiting vulnerabilities in an NFS server during an attack simulation? A. Types of encryption used and security protocols. B. List of shared directories and permission settings. C. Active Directory domain names and server IP addresses. D. Network topology and router configurations. Correct answer B. List of shared directories and permission settings. Exploiting vulnerabilities in an NFS, Network File System server, can allow attackers to gather information about shared directories and their permission settings. This data is critical as it can reveal weaknesses in the system, such as directories with insufficient access controls, which could be leveraged for unauthorized access. Question 15. What characteristic distinguishes a worm from a virus? A. Use of network connections to send data to the attacker. B. Need for administrative privileges to spread. C. Ability to self-replicate without human intervention. D. Capability to attach itself to executable files. Correct answer C. Ability to self-replicate without human intervention. The key distinguishing feature of a worm is its ability to self-replicate and spread independently across networks without requiring human intervention. Unlike viruses, which often rely on users executing infected files to spread, worms exploit network vulnerabilities to propagate automatically. This self-replication makes worms particularly dangerous as they can spread rapidly and infect many systems without the need for user action. Question 16. How do black hat hackers differ from white hat hackers? A. Black hat hackers possess greater expertise than white hat hackers. B. White hat hackers work independently, while black hat hackers collaborate in groups. C. White hat hackers operate with authorization, whereas black hat hackers act without permission. D. There is no distinction between them. Correct answer is C. White hat hackers operate with authorization, whereas black hat hackers act without permission. White hat hackers are ethical cybersecurity professionals who are permitted to assess systems for vulnerabilities and assist organizations in strengthening their security. In contrast, black hat hackers engage in unauthorized activities, exploiting security flaws for personal gain, financial fraud, or malicious purposes. Question 17. What is a mandatory legal requirement for ethical hacking? A. Using only open source tools. B. Operating anonymously. C. Publicly disclosing vulnerabilities. D. Receiving explicit authorization from the system owner. Correct answer D. Receiving explicit authorization from the system owner. Ethical hacking must be performed in compliance with legal and ethical standards. The primary legal requirement is to obtain clear authorization from the system owner before conducting any security assessments. Without proper consent, hacking, even for protective purposes, would be considered illegal and classified as unauthorized access. Question 18. What is the primary goal of performing an SQL injection attack on a web application? A. Create new administrative accounts within the database. B. Increase the operational efficiency of the database. C. Bypass login algorithms and access unauthorized data. D. Perform a legitimate stress test on the database systems. Correct answer is C. Bypass login algorithms and access unauthorized data. The primary goal of an SQL injection attack is to manipulate SQL queries by injecting malicious SQL code to perform unauthorized actions such as bypassing authentication or retrieving sensitive data. Question 19. What is a common attack on mobile devices that involves intercepting voice and text communications? A. Exploiting unpatched software vulnerabilities in the mobile OS. B. Installation of malicious applications that appear legitimate. C. Signal interception attack that targets cellular and Wi-Fi signals. D. Eavesdropping through unauthorized access to the microphone. Correct answer C. Signal interception attack that targets cellular and Wi-Fi signals. Signal interception attacks involve capturing communications between mobile devices and cellular or Wi-Fi networks. These attacks can intercept and decode unencrypted data, eavesdrop on conversations, and capture texts. Question 20. A cybersecurity expert is testing the security of a mobile application by inputting unexpected values. What vulnerability is likely being tested? A. Buffer overflow vulnerabilities. B. SQL injection vulnerabilities. C. Input validation vulnerabilities. D. Cross-site scripting vulnerabilities. Correct answer C. Input validation vulnerabilities. Input validation is a critical security control for mobile applications to ensure that only properly formatted data is processed. Testing for input validation vulnerabilities helps identify potential points where malicious data could be entered to exploit the app.